cheerleader. People ask me why I'm wearing these shoes, and there are a lot of reasons, but I feel like for the most part, I am a cheerleader tonight because there's a lot of things going on. But first, I have to welcome you here and thank you for joining us in celebrating Brandy Schillace's book, The Intermediaries. Look, it's right here with Dr. Brandy Schillace herself. And if you haven't been here before, Bushwick Book Club it's kind of like an extreme sport. It's like skydiving, but with books and instruments, and so what happens is these people, these artists, musicians, they have a lot of yes in them, and to me, they are some of the best people in the whole world because they're willing to say yes to reading a book. They say yes to letting it pull something out of them that they don't know what it's gonna be. And they say yes to that even if the process, sitting with mystery as you're trying to listen for a song or a snack or a film, even if it's uncomfortable, because I don't know about you, but when I write a song, it's like I have to get my existential panties all in a bind. I have to basically give myself an existential wedgie. Why am I alive? Why is this happening? Why can't I don't even deserve to do this. I'm taking up space. And then they say yes to sharing it with people they don't know on a given date and time in a public place, you know. So kudos to everybody here. And thank you for being here with us. It's a vulnerable thing. And these songs, some of them are so fresh. They're fresh and slippery and gooey and wiggly, and we don't know what they're going to do. So we have to be really nice to them, or they get kind of weirded out and they might crawl back up the song hole. And we do not want that to happen. Some of them are so fresh, they were written 15 minutes ago. It's true! And that's how you know it's gonna be a damn good book club. I'm not going to talk too much about the book because you're going to hear everyone's comments in the form of music and sometimes in the form of comments about the book from all of these different artists, and plus, of course, the author, Brandy Schillace, also later in the show. Please help me in welcoming our very first performer, who is here all the way from Kansas City, Missouri. Chase Horseman is a recording artist, and I met Chase when I was in Kansas visiting my friend Nan Turner of Nan Turner and the One Night Stands. One of the reasons Nan is still in Kansas is because, instead of the beloved, Manhattan Lower East Side, is because of the incredible powers of this person and charm, and because I should just let you know a few other things. If you want to go see them, you missed out this past weekend because they were at Pete's Candy Store on Sunday, but they're going to have like a residency, I think, in Pete's Candy Store or something like that, and maybe even a job here. I don't know. You'll have to. I shouldn't give it all away. Sorry, but they front the band. They're theirs, and Chase the Horseman is Chase's solo project. Please welcome Chase Horseman.
Shorter than I am.
Yeah, just
a little bit. You have a personality that's about 6'5", though.
Oh, thanks. And I'll jump.
No, it's really great to be here. I'm very excited to start this. I asked if I was maybe supposed to talk about this at all. This song, I was reading through the book and trying to find kind of just a hook into any part of. There's so many facets to this story, and so many characters and people who are so important in this. Also just all the things that were lost, but there's so many people that we don't know about. And I really found the story of Dora Richter very, very, very fascinating, and I felt like she is a person and character in history that seemingly was forgotten for a long time, and so I figured I would write a song about something that I have some familiarity with, not to the extent of Dora, but advocating for yourself and knowing that there's something inside of you that is true and real, that sometimes needs to come out, and sometimes you need people's help to do that. So, thank you.
Doctor, please, I'm begging you, I need release. See, I was born in between the end and road, my body and soul. Given a name I don't recognize, given a name that just goodbye. With just a little less, I could be more. Steady hands and love in mine, taking me in and help me shine. It's life by your hand, words by mine. It's life by your hands and words by mine. Doctor, see, I've tried myself, it's killing me. I saw a chance when I was 6 to amputate with a tourniquet. Give me a chance so I can survive. Give me a chance to fully arrive. Just a little less, I could be more. Steady hands and love in mine, taking me in
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Chase Horseman. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to join everybody in this like mesmerized state. That's kind of a nice place to start, right? Holy, you never know what's gonna happen. Did you feel something? I forgot to warn you, you might feel something. It's like, it happens. And now, speaking of feeling something, I feel really happy that this next performer is with us because I've heard a lot about her, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit. Swan Real is a multi-instrumentalist, composer for a renowned podcast, 99% Invisible. Swan Real's songs are love letters to shadow work and queer survival. She's a regular and loving collaborator with artists Mia Byrne, Paisley Fields, Riggings, Gutless, Tonsil Hockey, and more. Please welcome Swan for Swan's Bushwick Book Club debut.
Hi, it's good to be with y'all. All right, I am going to first level with you. I didn't do my homework. Yeah. Yeah. So I am a very slow reader, and I've been having some queer struggles. Let's just put it that way. Struggles within our community as queer people, and something that I fucking like love about, thinking about the things that happen in this book and in this time, and like thinking about the things that are happening right now. It's really helped me kind of keep my eye on the prize when things in our community gets messy, gets upsetting, when interpersonal conflict starts getting in the way of the work that we need to be doing in order to survive. And so this is a song of mine about trusting, trying to maintain trust in your relationships and community. It's called Dirt.
I've got dirt on you, you know I'm a bitch to trust. You've got dirt on me too, we argue and kick up dust. It's getting in my eyes, I'm choking between cries. I feel my skin caking and crawling with flies. I'm trying not to sweep it under you, 'cause God made dirt to hurt. God made love and turned over. There's no word that I could learn for why it hurts so bad to be so in love with her. God made dirt to hurt, and dirt's how we hurt each other. I've got dirt on you, yeah, I'm a bitch you trust. You've got dirt on me too, we argue and kick up dust. It's getting in my eyes, I'm choking between cries. I feel my skin caking and crawling with lies. I'm trying not to sweep it under you. God made dirt to her. God made love and turned over. There's no word that I could learn. Yeah, God made dirt to hurt. God made love and turned over. There's no word that I could learn for why it hurts so bad to be so in love with her. God made dirt to hurt, and dirt's how we hurt each other. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah! Swan Real! Please help us welcome our next performer. It is Ralph Denzer, all the way from Montreal, but sort of back and forth. He goes a lot between Montreal and New York City, so this is also his home, and we're happy that he's back here with Tanja. I can never pronounce your name because I always get corrected in German. Höhne. All right, it helps like when you've had consumption for like a while, but okay. So I'm gonna let them get set up here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Ralph. He's a composer. His main instrument is the trumpet, but he also plays some guitar and even some recorder if you ask him to. And he's composed for puppet shows and visual theater and dance and videos all over the world and in New York City. And he's been a member. He's been working with Bread and Puppet Theater for like 40 years? Eons. And you didn't mention anything about India and the research that you did there in your bio. Anyway, he's been to India. And I'm going to grab my accordion. Okay.
Oh, we doing this song?
No.
This microphone? Sorry to make them ask you.
Yes, we can. Music steps.
Maybe while we are doing this, I'm willing to bet that I'm the only person in the room who might have been to Weimar. Is that true? Yes? Anybody? Oh, wow. Okay. So I was wrong. Okay. What's your story? What did you do in Weimar? Oh, sure. So, how did you like Weimar? All right. Let's do this. How awkward is this? So this is a little dance, the dance by the microphone. Well, but I need to be honest. How far can I be from this?
Okay, Tanja, say something else funny.
Yeah, this is also the first time I'm actually singing into the microphone, and there's another premiere. I've never wrote a song before, so I wrote a song. We'll see how that goes. And also, trigger warning, not in this song, but in the other one, I'm gonna go up to the high D, if that speaks to someone. So be prepared, if I ever make it. No, sorry, this does not work. I also need to see it. Wait.
No, just man.
All right. Susan, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm just, the usual Bushwick Book Club high wire act.
Okay.
Fine.
As long as, okay. This one work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
How many circus references can we get? Okay.
And if anybody feels like tangoing around something.
Can you give us a
Okay.
Could I have the other music stand, please? Could I have that other music stand that's over there?
I think I took it.
I don't know where they are.
Oh, you poor thing. Okay,
But Ralph wrote this song.
let's do this.
There was.
How's this?
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
But you need it too, no?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I'll just join you here.
Are we good to go?
Ralph? Did it?
I'll just do this. Okay.
That's the other music stand right there you're looking at.
Yeah, sorry.
Is like a flower without fragrance. Will there never be a lover with a heart to understand? I'm a woman alone in the dark, just wanting to be held. I want to be loved as the woman and not as a man. Wandering alone from hope to hope, wherever love becomes sorrow, without ever finding peace, much less attaining happiness. My inward nature inside me, not for family or friends, not even for myself. I try to live as the woman, but my body is always betraying me. I want to be loved as myself, and just myself.
That was written by Ralph Denzer.
Oh, now we're playing the switching game. Rotate your instrument to stage right. So Ralph's gonna play the accordion. No, that's not true. So this is the song that I was talking about, the first song I ever wrote. It's called The Abyss. And as you might have gathered, all of these songs are also about Dora from the book and
Yes.
from the archives. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What is this flesh, mysterious flesh, where others have blooming a garden? Leave your word, stop thwarting my peace, do not ever asking for pardon. Rolling you up, binding you down, anxiously hoping that no one finds out, tying you tight as can be, to touch from me, so I can be free. What is this flesh, mischievous flesh, where others are flashing a medal? Get off you, parasite you, pulling into sorrow and shadow. Rolling you up, binding you down, anxiously hoping that no one finds out, tying you tight as can be, to touch from me, so I can be free. What is this flesh, a most torturing flesh, where others grow sweet-tasting flowers? Tyrant, step down, the guillotine awaits. Give up all sickening powers. Rolling you up, binding you down, endlessly hoping that no one finds out, tying you tight as can be, detached from me, so I can be free. Rolling you up, binding you down, endlessly hoping that no one finds out, tying you tight as can be, detached from me, so I can be free, detached from me, so I can be free. Thank you.
Tanya's first song. Hopefully not the last. All right. Okay. Now, oh my goodness, I think it's time to bring up the author. Is that right?
Yes.
Isn't it? Okay, yeah. If you chant, anything can happen. No. Ha. No, wait a second. Yes. Ha. It is, oh my goodness. You may recognize Brandy from when we did our show for Mr. Humble and Dr. Butcher, who was a doctor that did the first head transplants or wanted to. She's a medical historian, a journalist, a TV host, a podcast host, a producer and video editor, a stop-motion animator, a mixologist. She raises chickens in her backyard. And she offered to sing tonight when we thought Mimi might not be here. So I know, please welcome Dr. Brandy Schillace.
Oh wow, it's so good to see you everybody here. This is amazing. This has been amazing already. I can't wait for the rest of the show. And I am so moved every time. I feel like also I keep bothering Mark because I'm like, that's a quote from Dora. That's a quote that now they're talking about when Dora did this. And he's like, shh. Mark is here with me too. I see so many faces. Sean came out and Judy, and I've got all of these wonderful friends here with me tonight that have come, and new faces as well. And thank you so very much. I wanted to start off by talking about German bureaucracy. It's funnier than it sounds. So this book was very difficult because I was writing it during the pandemic. And I don't know if you know this, but most of the German archives are in Germany. And you have to go there, and it was COVID. So there was a lot of obstruction. And the first thing I needed to tell Dora's story was her intake interview. So that was the only place that I knew of that had her actual voice, things she had said that were copied down by a doctor when she went into the Institute. And it only existed in the Archive of Special Collections at Humboldt University in Berlin. And so I contacted them and said, hey, I need this digital copy. Oh, it's not digitized. And I was like, okay, could we have it digitized? And they said, no. And I said, they're like, well, you could make a copy of it yourself for your own use. And I said, well, I'm a little far away. Could I send somebody to make a copy for me and send it to me? And they said, no. So I was like, okay. So I have to come. You physically have to be here. I'm like, okay. So I went through all of the problematic hoops. Oh, by the way, the war in Ukraine erupted right about that time, and so there was also a lot of people movement and refugees pouring into Berlin. So I arrive into all of that, and there's like military people wandering around, and they've like blockaded the Russian embassy, and it's a whole thing, and I'm staying down the street from that. So I go to the research place. I need my hands, hang on. I have to have them. So I go to the research place, and I have been to many special collections. I used to work in a museum. So I was like, yes, I know what's required. You have to put your things in a plastic baggie, and you lock up your stuff, and you go into special collections. Of course, this makes sense. So I go in, and I said, where are the lockers? They're downstairs, perfect. Where are the locks for the lockers? I'm like, oh, well, you bring them. I was like, this was not in the instructions. I'd done all the COVID testing, but so it's okay. I said, fine, I will go buy a lock. So I wander away, I buy a lock, I come back. That was an easy hurdle. Lock up my materials. Where are special collections? Well, they are on the 6th floor. There doesn't appear to be an elevator, which is fine. I am dressed up, by the way, because I'm professional, right? So I've got like a collared shirt and a suit, and I'm like, yes, I'm walking upstairs to the 6th floor, and I walk in, I said, yes, I've arrived. I'm Brandy, I'm from the United States. We talked over the phone, I have all my registration, and I show them the registration that is digital, and they're like, great, we need your actual registration card. I said, well, where is that? Well, that would be on the 1st floor. I'm like, of course, yeah, sure. No problem, it's fine, right? I have all day. So I go back down to the 1st floor, and I walk up to the desk, and I say, hi, I'm from the United States. I need to turn this digital registration card into an actual registration card. And she says, no problem. Please give me your permanent address in Germany. And I was like, well, no. I am from the United States doing research here. That's what this says on here, that they wouldn't look at. I'll look at it. And she says, well, I can't help you then. You can't have your card. And I was like, I was on a plane, and I'm here, and I was thinking of the movie National Treasure and wondering if I could like make off with it. I was like, I wonder how tight the security is here. So I said, well, could you talk to someone? Could I talk to someone else? Like, is there anyone else here that we could talk to? And I'm also thinking, like, it's warm. Is it warm? I feel warm, moist even, maybe. And they come up and she's like, oh, you wanted the temporary permit. I was like, as I'm only here for 4 days, yeah, that seems good. So she says, oh, and she's like, oh, silly. I'm like, silly, yeah, it's so funny. Filled out my registration card, got the actual registration card, and up to the 6th floor I went. And I'm feeling very determined now and also very sweaty. I was in new shoes as well, which was a terrible idea. So I get to the top of the stairs, I walked in, I was like, I have my registration card, here it is. She says, great, here's the file. She's holding it tantalizingly close. And she says, you'll need to give me a jump drive and then, or a copy card, because you have to pay for these copies. And I said, great, how do I do that? And she goes, well, you need to use your university card. I was like, is there a magical way of getting the university card? Yes, it is on the 1st floor. Of course it is. So I go down to the 1st floor, and it's in a completely different place than everything else because it just is. So I go and I pay for the card, and I had to go all the way to the basement to get money out of my wallet. I've got some wallet. I bought the copy card. We're good. All right, I head back upstairs, give it to her. She's great. I need her USB stick. Perfect. I walk up to the machine. I put in the USB stick, and it says, "Please put in your USB stick." I'm like, it's right. It's here. Can you see it in the thing? And it's like, no USB stick. So I said to her, could I test this in your computer? And she said in a very German way, no, which is what I'd heard a lot up to this point. That's not protocol. We can't do that. So I said, fine, okay, what do I need to do? I need another USB stick. And she says, we don't sell those here. I was like, no, of course you wouldn't. Why would you? It's past lunch. I don't know. Sure, I've been here for 2 hours already. So I went out and I left. And I walked for 1.5 miles before I found a place. That's down 6 flights and then find a place, by the way. So I find a place and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a USB stick and one of those little SD cards because I saw one of the, I'm smart. And I was like, just in case that's not working. And then I realized I left my wallet and my purse in the locker. But it's okay. I have 11 euros. And so I'm literally like, this is 5 euros. So I cobbled together exactly enough money for the world's smallest SD card. I could have put it under my skin and used it maybe, and a tiny, tiny little USB stick. And so I go back to the place, I go upstairs, and I put in the USB stick again, and it says, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, I knew you would say that, but I have a plan. But you have to understand, it has now been almost 4 hours, and I have been going up and down stairs in a full-length wool black suit, and I am drenched, and my hands are sweaty, and so I'm trying to open the SD card thing, and it's not going well. I'm like, and the very helpful special collections librarian says, I'll do it, and takes it and rips it, and it flies through the air, and it vanishes into the 13th dimension. It's just gone. So I want you to now skip forward a little bit, and now you have to imagine that I'm on my hands and knees with a ruler underneath like the scanner machine, pulling out like dead bugs and paper clips and shit, and I don't see it. And she's got a dustpan, and she's randomly sweeping things. Just doesn't appear to be that. No, it's not. So I don't have a jacket on anymore. I just have the shirt. But I should mention, I'm in the reading room. There are other people in here. Like, there's people doing research wondering what is wrong with the strange American woman who has no jacket, sweat stains like the size of France, and I'm like sitting spread eagle on the floor. I'm just on the floor now. I'm just sitting on the floor, on my butt, on the dirty floor with the bugs and the paper clips. And I go, so what do we do now? And she says, I could just make a copy for you and send it. I'm glad you appreciate why that's wrong. My head spun around like in like The Exorcist, kind of. And she goes, wait. You know, usually when this machine doesn't recognize the USB stick, we just turn it off and on again and it works. 5 hours and 25 minutes that we are in to this particular scenario when she says, maybe we should turn the machine off again. Turns it off, turned it back on, beep, beep. Oh, look, I see a USB stick, how lovely. And she looks me in my face and says, sometimes you just need enough despair in the air in perfect English. So I take this document, which is like fragile onion skin paper, it's like translucent, and I scan it, and I put it on the USB stick. And at this point, I think, I want to make sure it's there. So I said, can I put this USB stick in your computer? It's a brand new one, you saw me open it, and see if this is there. And she says, no, we can't do that. And I said, I think we can. And she agreed. So I don't know what was happening on my face. But she was like, you know what, I think we can. And they were there. So I immediately, because I'm no dummy at this point, I immediately sent it to my translator. And I had to find a translator who could translate 19th century medical German. Like, it wasn't just, it's a lot of things. So I sent it to her. I then put my laptop in my bag with a bottle of water, which opened on the train and fried my laptop. So I was this close, guys, this close to not getting Doris' Story out of Berlin. But I did get it, and I got home, and I was very excited about it, and I wrote an article about how there's unexpected things that happen to you when you are doing research, and I found out 2 weeks later they digitized it and put it up for free online. Don't despair. I think it's because of me. I think I did that. I actually had a really lovely time in Berlin, and apart from that particular incident, but I had a really good time. I went to the Hirschfeld archives, a lot of other Berlin archives that I saw. I saw amazing things. I walked the area where Tiergarten was. It was really, really great. It was a very expensive trip, but that's how the book came to be. So I'm not going to read very much because I know that's a very long story, but isn't it worth telling? That's research for you. But I did just want to start. It's really funny. Mark said, use a bookmark. And I was like, no, I'll just turn down the corner. It'll be really easy. Now I'm not being able to find it. Okay. I'm just going to start off because I love this part of the story. And this is, again, part of Dora's story. And I have so enjoyed all of your work and how you've used her story in there. So, oh, my glasses. Yeah, that helps. I didn't used to need glasses before this book. In the far south of Saxony, along the Czech-German border, rise a Hercynian block, the tilted after effects of a tectonic plate collision. Like a mountain heaved onto its side, the geography presents a stunningly steep escarpment to Bohemia and a gentle rolling landscape to the German interior. Known as, I'm going to butcher this by the way, known as the Krusny Ori in Czech and the Urs in German, for the ore located within, this sideways spine held secret riches, cobalt and copper, silver and zinc, but also the uranium used in thermal spas and colored glass, the mineral behind mountain sickness, which would one day be responsible for scorched earth and atom bombs. This was an isolated, rural, fable-shrouded region, and Dora Richter was born on the steep side of the mountain. I feel like this is Dora's book in so many ways. It's her story that we wrap everything around, and it's her story that matters to me. I'm actually writing something for Boston Globe right now because she's in every character. You know, she wasn't rich or famous, or she wasn't highly educated. She was just somebody, because we're all somebodies. And the trans community is full of somebodies, you know? And she's not the exception that proves the rule. She is the rule. And that just pleases me, the way she can be saved from the fringes and edges. And the fact that she outlived the Nazi occupation, and she outlived Hitler, she outlived all of the people who persecuted her, to die in relative obscurity as just some woman, which I don't think would have displeased her, actually. She also loved music theater. I do mention that in the book, so I want you to know how much she'd be is probably enjoying this right now. And she was lovely. And so I thank you all for being here. It matters so much. I do have books for sale. I had to buy them to sell them. It's been weird. Publishers, eh? But I do have them. They'd make great gifts. I also, in the back, have T-shirts from the Peculiar Book Club, which is the book club and which is a live stream and also a podcast that I run. And we have free T-shirts that we're giving away in the back for that. And there's also Bushwick Book Club T-shirts, which are not free, but are also really, really cool. See? These are the free ones. And then the Bushwick Book Club's ones are back there too. And I have articles. The very first article that I wrote about this, I published in Scientific American that kind of launched this book. I have copies of that back there too, along with little cards you can take to share with your friends that shows them where to buy the book. So there's lots of fun stuff. But again, tonight I feel upheld. I feel loved. I feel worthy. And as I was finishing this book, I also had cancer. So I've come out on the other side of that, and to step into this room and to feel so one with all of you, I just want you to know how much you matter to me. I'm so glad you're here. This is a story of joy and radical acceptance. Thank you.
Mazel tov, or play ball, or whatever you say. That's the beginning of a book tour. Thank you so much, Brandy, for that. And that story, doesn't that make you think, man, I thought writing songs was hard. But thank you. Right. I want to recover from that. and introduce you to our very next performer. This is Charles Duke, who is Atlanta-born and a New York City-based musician, composer, and award-winning songwriter. He is artistic director in residence and creator of the Creative Music Songwriting Program, empowering the voices of NYC's youth through music. He's done several past Bushwick Book Club shows, but not for a minute. And honestly, it's never enough. Please welcome Charles Duke.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandy. I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm going to say very little, actually. There was a theme that kept showing up in this book as I was reading, and it parallels a lot that we are experiencing right now. And I found myself really wanting to share a song that I wrote in the past called Everybody Wants to Feel Loved.
Everybody wants to feel loved. Everybody wants to be treated like they're someone. Everybody wants to be happy, safe and secure in the arms of the ones they love. Don't we all deserve to have peace? War's the last thing we all need. But there's conflict to my left and my right. Tensions high on every side. Meanwhile, everybody wants to feel love. We have prisons in our schools signing deeds, but the church is more concerned with where I sow my seed. Mother's daughter shot like big game, and the newspaper can barely seem to say her name. So yes, everybody wants to feel loved. Everybody wants to be treated like they're someone. Teach me how to heal. What if we can make a deal? Just treat me how you wish to feel. And yes, everybody wants to feel love. We suffer from a love deficiency. Love has a different way of showing it, being what we really need. Our differences are smaller than they seem, of showing it to make the small things look extreme. Everybody wants to feel love. Everybody wants to feel love. Everybody wants to be happy and safe and secure in the arms of the ones they love. Don't we all deserve to have peace? War's the last thing we all need. But there's conflict to my left and my right. Tensions high. Tensions high on every side. Meanwhile, everybody wants to feel loved. Thank you.
Charles Duke, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And I want to bring up our next performer. Her name is Alex Petrullo. I met Alex at Joe's Pub just like a week and a half ago. We were both doing Losers Lounge. It was a dusty Springfield night. And I don't know if you've ever been to Losers Lounge, but it's kind of like a big party in the green room. There are all these like amazing singers, and everyone's hanging out backstage, and they're hanging out, but they're also trying to like rehearse their lyrics while they're doing their hair and everything. And it's like a big party, and I kind of hate parties. So I was surprised that I was all of a sudden having a real conversation with this person who happens to be a writer and a singer and a performer and a producer here in New York City. And she can't keep up with all of the emails she has to write to let people know about all the stuff that she's doing, including like her own show where all the songs are of different meet cutes. And I didn't even know what that was until Alex told me what a meet cute is. And she has an all-female variety show called The Reckless Romantics. And she does this daredevil thing of making up songs on the spot. Musical improv, right? And she's going to do some right now. She's doing, but I'll tell you about the show that she's doing later. But she's going to do this crazy thing. Like, what's more dangerous than Bushwick Book Club? Musical improv, Bushwick Book Club. Please welcome Alex Petrullo and Elise Birch.
All right, Elise. Hi. How are y'all doing? Good? All right. Thank you so much for having me, Susan. Bushwick Book Club. This is amazing. This is my friend Elise. She's going to play for us. I say us. Don't be shy, okay? Because part of improv is you all. So everyone has been writing songs that they wrote inspired by the Intermediaries, and now it's all of our turns to write a song together. Does that sound cool? Yeah? Silence. Great. That is the thing I love the most. Just silence. Cool. I just need my pen because sometimes I don't remember things. So collectively, I'm gonna do the heavy lifting, but we're gonna all collaborate together. Could someone give me like a setting, like a room, a place, a bathhouse? Interesting. There's also, improv doesn't have to be, haha, like we can, don't say what's on your heart, think of this more as like collective channeling.
Motel 6 in Eastern Ohio.
Motel 6 in Eastern, that is the specificity. Motel 6 in Eastern Ohio. And, one of the hardest things is reading my own handwriting. And bathhouse. Someone just say storage. Cold storage?
Like a walk-in refrigerator.
Okay. So that works. Damn. And then a time of day. This is all inspired by the book, right? Like channel, you know, the time of day. Anything? Anyone? Huh?
Now.
Right now. What time is it?
8:02.
8:02, thank you. I guess it will be 8:03 soon, and you know, when I'm, whatever. Anyway, I don't do math, don't make me. A noun inspired by the book, a noun. What? A mountain and a kitchen, okay. Man, this kitchen. Oh, a pigeon. Okay. This list is getting long. Whew. Okay, adjective.
Feminine.
Okay. Oh, man. And then, what is the want? What do we want in the song? What's the problem? What's the existential crisis? Love. Mm-hmm. Okay. Should we make something up? Yeah? All right. Let's see how many of these I can hit. Honestly, I pray that I read my own handwriting sometimes, you know? It's cold on the horizon. I've been here before. The way the wind echoes, she's knocking at my door. I'm just a girl in a Motel 6 in Eastern Ohio. What do I know? What do I know? Yeah, this heart gets too heavy to hold. This heart gets heavy to hold. It's like a cold walk-in storage unit. And then there was you. Then there was you. I want your love. Carry me home. I want your love. Make me whole. I want your love. Now and forever. 8:02. Maybe I'm not sure. I want your love. Forever we could move mountains, we could be anywhere you are. 'Cause with you I am myself. I don't have to pretend much.
First ever. Musical improv Bushwick Book Club. All right. Please welcome our next performer. She's one of my favorite singer-songwriters and performing musicians. She's Americana, rooted in the modern world. Her videos for Rhinestone Tomboy were in constant rotation on CMT, and that's country music television. I didn't know that it's not charcoal Marie Tooth disease. She's the first out queer trans woman to be an official Gibson guitar artist. At programs and publications like All Things Considered, Rolling Stone, and No Depression cannot stop saying great things about her because she is awesome. But you don't need to take their word for it because she's right here. Please welcome Mia Byrne.
If I can grab a music stand, that'd be great. Hello. So, this was really a match made in Bushwick Book Club heaven. This Brandy and I became friends at the launch of her last book at the Bushwick Book Club back in 2021. And there you go. And we've kept in touch for a long time and become friends. And watching the process of this book evolve along with our growing friendship, and just like then moving back to New York and becoming part of the Bushwick Book Club here, as well as in Oakland, where I also live. It's just been such a pleasure. Yes?
It's Dora.
Hello, Dora. Are you there?
That's so cool. It's part of the Dora installation created by Tanja.
So, Swan Real, who is also my partner, alluded to this before, but there's infighting in queer community, and it happens. One of the biggest problems that we have as revolutionaries is when we stop our own revolution by saying one sort of person is more deserving of the revolution than someone else. A major topic within this book is paragraph 175, which was only very recently abolished, which went on the books in I think it was 1871. That just basically outlawed homosexuality in Germany, and even after the war was kept on the books. And it was a major part of just all of the fighting and all of these little things that led to what we refer to as there's this golden era of Weimar Germany that we think of, but there was a lot of stuff going on before World War I and after World War I, and homosocial relationships. I'm not going to go into a big dissertation here, but there's so much in this book that really parallels what we're going through now. Which kind of gay people get rights? Which kind of gay people get to live a life? Whose rights can be trampled over for a little bit of advantage somewhere else? And it's like, what did Ben Franklin say? It's like, don't trade liberty. We all deserve to be free. That said, I think people who throw other trans people under the other queer people, specifically trans people, under the bus suck. Yeah, we can be like, yeah, they fucking suck. You can all say that now. Thank you very much. So, I'm actually performing later in the evening, and this song just started to come to me when I was in Central Park a couple of days ago. Just went to Orwasher's and ate rye bread, and then this song came out. I don't know how. I recommend it. It's a good creative process. So there were all these men who were like macho men. They thought that if they just focused on masculinity and not femininity and queerness, they'd be fine. I think think we all know how that turned out. As you're watching our world break to pieces, you separate yourself righteously. In the same fight, but we fight each other, subject to the consequence this law decrees. You've said I'm less than you, my brother, 'cause I'm somewhere in between. I don't fit in, intermediary, subject to the consequence of this law decree. Sign another life away. You are just a stepping stone, useful till your welcome's warm. You become a coal beneath their flame. Say that these lines don't apply to you, 'cause you're the kind that these leaders need. Every bit of man from your face to your thighs, but you're subject to the consequence that this law decrees. When you say I'm not like you, my brother, I don't deserve to live like me. Doing their job better than they can, subject to the consequence of this law decree. You think they'll change for you, they'll come for you, they'll kill you too. You just sign your own damn life away. You are just a stepping stone, useful till you're used no more. You become a coal beneath their flame. You said I'm less than you, my brother. It's sad to me what you believe. Watch as our world breaks to pieces, subject to the consequence this law decrees. Everything you wanted built is every way they'll make you bleed. Sure, back just like I am, subject to the consequence of this law decrees. Subject to the consequence of this law decrees. Subject to the consequence of this law decrees. Thank you.
Yay! We're gonna see Mimi back in just a minute. But first, let's bring Don Ralph up. Don Ralph is the lead singer and songwriter for the ageless New York chamber punk pop group Life in a Blender. Their latest album is Bent by the Weather. He's also the author of A History of Schwinn Bicycles and Lost America, Vanished Civilizations, Abandoned Towns, and Roadside Attractions. He was once booed for a solid half-hour opening for Billy Idol.
So bring on your worst.
Yeah.
I can handle it. It was the White Wedding Tour. That's my little hole. I need all that you just took.
Right. That's very funny. Okay.
I was telling Brandy I love the book. She's a great writer. I hope you buy the book. The words just flow. She combines great history with these great anecdotes, and it's almost, you can breathe in the book. It's great when you don't feel like you're reading, and I think that's a compliment. But that's it's just amazing. And was it Mina? Mia, sorry. What she was saying, there's a line from your book, I wrote it down. The ceremony was split between the violence of a conservative, reactionary, prejudiced past and the hope of an inclusive, international, and just future. The period of time when this book is taking place, largely right before Nazi Germany comes in, seems very open-minded, open to science, open to the arts, and open to sexuality and who we are, who we really are. And then Nazi Germany comes in, and God, do things feel sort of parallel as we are sitting here today, unfortunately. And the more we progress, we regress, or the more we progress, the more we seem to step backwards too. So my song's a bit of an amalgam of the characters and the story.
Maybe I need the elixir of life. The old dog juice can set things right. I feel now like a dimming star, losing my light, a strangled heart. But down in the town where the music plays, I'm lost in the crowd and my worries fade. Each drink gives me strength and I'm less afraid to show my real self in this masquerade. It's hard to hide behind a tissue of lies. Keep up the smile, it's a poor disguise. Most of the people can see right through such distress because I'm different from you. But when the harvest is in, I go into town. Paint on my face, I put on my gown. Do you hear the singing? Understand the sound. Thou shalt love me, sings the nightingale. The nightingale. But with that hope, a darker beat, hatred begins, small and discreet. And from that future, from just a little seed, it gets trampled under marching feet, marching feet, marching feet, marching feet, marching feet. Maybe it's my day life, that's all pretend. I see the whispers between my friends. They give into the bluster of the talking heads. Oh, the world is weak and it must be cleansed. So I dress my true self, make my escape. Steal a brief kiss, leave with heartache. For just a few moments I have found my place, lost at this masquerade. Lost at this masquerade.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thanks, Don. You can see Life in a Blender June 21st at the Howl Music Parlor. All right. Please welcome back to the stage Mimi, and if Ed would come up, and Ralph and Tanya. We're going to do a song together. While we're getting set up, I just wanted to thank everybody again for coming, and I want to thank Howl and Jane Friedman, and I wanted to thank Doug. This is Doug Bressler. He's been doing some heavy lifting, and also Aldo Hernandez is, I think, there. I mean, he's here. He's definitely here. And I want to thank Joe and Thane or Damon, who's also working with us. And we're gonna play this song for Dora.
Since we've all been spieling, I'll keep the dead air from being dead. When Brandy was getting ready to, was in the initial stages of planning the book launch, she got in touch with me and with Susan. And I'm like, you know what would be great is if you could write a song about Dora. And we were like, well, cool.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Count me in.
Count me in. Life being what life is, we weren't quite sure what shape that song was going to take, and the two of us kept wanting to get together. I had COVID like 3 times. You were busy, I was busy. We never got together in person. And then just one day I happened to be we're coming up against some deadline, and I had my phone and kind of came up with the main groove of this song. But I'm reminded of something that my late song teacher, Jack Hardy, said to me many years ago, which is that one of the most important types of the songs in the bardic tradition is that of the incantation. And so we've all been talking tonight about bringing Dora into the room, the hypnotic songs that we sing, and they just start with a beat, so it's like.
She's gotta look her best, go get that caress, put on a dress, and go into town. She's gotta be loved, it's what her heart is made of. Can't ignore a Dora who needs more of what life's for. Give her some room, this flower's gonna bloom.
She sings in threads, wishes and wishes, weaving she owns, and a line clings to her apron and fingers, rolling out crumbs for a purse for the birds, growing as fast as she can. She's always her own girl.
Prayed for a girl, her mother taught her to make lace. Who is to say what's a mistake or is it fate? Maybe like this and what you find, but what you create, not something you wait for. No, not Dora, it's something she'll make. Every thread in its place, like perfect lace.
She sings in threads, stitches and wishes, weaving a world to life that she owns, and a line clings to her apron and fingers, pulling out crumbs for a purse for the bird, growing as old as she can. She's always her own girl. She's always her own. She's always her own girl.
Tanja and Ralph and Mimi. And now we come to Charming Disaster. Their bio is in the program, and there's like so much to say about them, but I just figured out a really fun game you can play when you want to talk to someone and describe Charming Disaster to them, and maybe they don't know who they are. But what you have to do is just think of any male, female, songwriting, performing duo. Just think of one in your head. Okay, you got it? And I'll tell you when to say it. Okay. You can describe Charming Disaster like this. You can say, Charming Disaster, you know, they're like Captain Tennille, Sonny and Cher, the Eurythmics. Yes. Yes. Donnie and Marie. The White Stripes. Yes. And the Carpenters. If they were sexy musical goth nerds. You can use that. Yeah. And while they're still setting up, I'll just let you know a couple fun facts about them. They have matching sleeping masks because I gave them to them. Because they'd like to sleep. And when you're on tour, apparently you need to sleep sometimes. And they also opened for legendary cello rock ensemble Rasputina, goth icon Voltaire, and punk cabaret duo the Dresden Dolls. They have stories. They tour all over the US, and now they've just recently begun to take over Europe. So they're going to be traveling to UK in the fall. So if you have any UK contacts that might want someone who sounds like June Carter and Johnny Cash, or you know, except they're sexy musical goth nerds, you know, please let them know. And here they are, Charming Disaster.
Thank you, Susan. It's always such a pleasure to be part of the Bushwick Book Club's shenanigans. And this is a very special show because we met Brandy, gosh, was it like 6 years ago? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I can't do time math. It's a self-defensive mechanism. But we met Brandy at a book launch for a previous book, and we kind of started stalking each other, and one thing led to another, and here we are writing songs about your new book, which is exciting. There were a lot of interesting characters in the book who were part of what was happening at the Institute, and I want to mention a couple people before we go into our song. One was, of course, Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld himself, the founder of the Institute for Sexual Sciences, who, was the guy who made all of that possible for so many people during that time to live as themselves and to find a community of other people who also were not strictly in the gender binary, whatever that meant at the time. And he deserves a little song shout out. Also, Christopher Isherwood. If you don't know Christopher Isherwood's name, you might know the musical Cabaret, which was based on his stories about his time in Berlin and Weimar. So his kind of milieu was very much steeped in the work of the Institute. He lived upstairs, basically, and so in addition to, rolling with all the writers and artists and musicians, he was also very much part of the world of the Institute, witnessing what went down. Oh, and one last thing to introduce the song is that inscribed over the door of the Institute was a motto in Latin. Brandy, can you say what it was in Latin? Oh, Sacre, yes, but I wanted you to do it in Latin. Okay, I also can. All right, so over the door in Latin it said, "Sacred to love and sorrow." That was the motto of the Institute, and also, coincidentally, the title of this song. Singing drowned out the crackle of burning paper. Shame, said Christopher, but in a fearful whisper. Isherwood's lover was turned back at the border. They burned all my books, be still, oh my soul. My life's work, how will it survive this inferno? My sanctuary for the ones who know what matters most, the body or the soul. Sacred to love and sorrow was written on the door of a haven from the cage of either or. Sacred to love and sorrow, the heroes of a war. For the freedom we're still fighting for. The bearded ladies and the mollies and the bosom men, useless eaters. The bearded ladies and the mollies and the bosom men, useless eaters, courageous leaders, beloved friends. They all needed protection and defense. The anguished children who tried to die, the blackmailed and the exiled and the suicides, all of us in this tribe on the same side. I did my best to keep them all alive. Sacred to love and sorrow was written on the door of a haven from the cage of either or. Sacred to love and sorrow, the heroes of a war. For the freedom we're still fighting for. Before they moved on to the real thing. Now we live in a brand new century, but the story's the same old hate and fear. What makes our existence so threatening that they want to make us disappear? It's never been easy to be in between what women and men are supposed to mean, to live out in the open, be truly seen. Put on your party clothes while you weep. Best celebrate even through the grief. For those we carry in love and memory, we dance and we mark our victories. Sacred to love and sorrow was written on the door of a haven from the cage of either or. Sacred to love and sorrow, as heroes of the war. For the freedom we're still fighting for. For the freedom we're still fighting for. For the freedom we're still fighting for.
Yeah, they deserve extra clapping because they prepared this song when they have their album release tomorrow night. At Caveat, 9:30 at Caveat. Yeah. So you have to come to that, because if they can do that in like 15 minutes or however long it took you, it's like, gosh. All right. We are at our final performer, and I would love to let's give C. Griffin a huge welcome, because C traveled all the way here from DC. C is not just a singer-songwriter, but accordionista. Yeah, when he plays it. And a Glock rocker, and for Carousel Punk cabaret band Boy Meets Pearl. They're also one of the curators for Queering Sound DC's Scruffy at Alt Pride Festival, and they run the DC chapter of the Bushwick Book Club. This is C right here, DC, Bushwick Book Club. And they are circus strong, because C's been in the circus arts for like the past decade or more. And last time C was here for our March 29th show for Emily Rams, and they lifted 50 pounds of cat litter and food that because my hairless cat poops a lot, up my stairs after the last show, and it was nothing. It was just
anything for Nemu.
I'm like, wow, all right.
That's good, yeah. So I'm kind of excited that no one mentioned this already, and I'm also a little it's gonna be me. So when Dora was very young, she realized that she didn't have the same genitalia as other girls, and she was very solutional. And so she had seen her mother had a mole that she tied a string to, and it atrophied and fell off. And so she attempted the same thing with her penis. So they no sepsis happened. Everything was good, but yeah. So this song is called Tourniquet. I use a tourniquet to stop from bleeding out. This one soul I get, with this, without a doubt, of who I am. Blushes Queen Anne's face, my majesty. It's all so delicate. This one breath of life, but that is all we get. Thank you.
We are all so delicate. Thank you so much for being here. I'd like to invite all of the performers on stage, and we're gonna let's play the movie after, like as afterwards, and we'll play it like on a loop so that we can. I feel like we're while we're buying Brandy's book and she's signing it. But if you'd like to, I want to invite all the artists back up here, and also the author, because we have a tradition at the end of the show to group hug the author, and it's a great pleasure to have you here.
Thank you to Judy for pointing something out to me that I missed, even though I should know. Eva pointed it out. Today is May 14th. Magnus Hirschfeld was born on May 14th and died on May 14th as well. So we are accidentally honoring him tonight.
Well, I don't think I can say anything after that, but thank you again, and please stick around and join us for refreshments in the back, and buy Brandy's book and have her sign it and talk to all of us. I guess we can call it a Bushwick Book Club. Thank you. Yeah. There is wine.
Why don't we just
If you can sit down, would you mind sitting over here?
Tell me where to go.
It's okay. Can you sit and also with the author?
I can sit there. It's no problem.
You want to let her run the
There
you go. All right, get it a little closer there, and you're blocking me. No. Yeah, there you go. All right. Oh my God, you look fabulous. I think I'm going to take the picture. Here we go. Yes, just keep smiling. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. Stay right there. And all right. I want three. I want you all to say yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right, with some enthusiasm this time. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Good God.
Thanks, Bob. Was there
joy, she wants to be held by a boy. Can't keep Dora down, she's gonna look her best. Go get that caress, put on a dress and go into town. She's gotta be loved, it's what her heart is made of. Hard to ignore, adore her. Who wants more? What life's for? Give her some room, this flower's in bloom.
She sings and threads, stitches and wishes, weaving her world to a life that she owns. Aniline stains on her apron and fingers, pulling out crumbs for a purse for the birds, growing as fast as she can. She's always her own girl.
Her mother prayed for a girl. Her mother taught her to make lace. Who is to say what's a mistake or is it fate? Maybe life isn't what you find, but what you create. Not something you wait for. No, not Dora. It's something she'll make. Every thread in its place, like perfect lace.
She sings and threads, stitches and wishes, weaving her world to a life that she owns. Aniline stains on her apron and fingers, pulling out crumbs for a purse for the birds, growing as old as she can. She's always her own girl. She's always her own. She's always her own. She's always her own. She's always her own. She's always her own.
Always alone.
She's always her own.
Come on. Come on, girl.